What is up, Parmaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in my apartment once again as the box mountain behind me slowly fucking grows. I need to break those down so I can get them out of the trash. They're starting to get ridiculous. Oh, all right. So yesterday was an interesting day. It was the first day we did the new weightlifting workout thing that we're going to be doing with my brother. For those of you guys who, I'll basically explain what we're doing. We have a center near our place. It's $18 a month for a family of 5, I think it is, or 6. 6, yes. You get access to a complete indoor gym with a circuit of machines. You get access to an indoor track. You get access to free weights, bench, squats, multiple rowing machines, ellipticals, treadmills, basically a full fucking gym. It's not as big as some place like 24-Hour Fitness, but it's kind of about the same size as like a mom and pop gym on the side of like the road or whatnot. Pretty decent amount of equipment though. Let's see, what else does it have? It has a basketball court. It has free classes. It has, and I've already talked about the pools that it has. Giant place, and it's like $18 a month. And we signed up for our entire family for $275 for a year for 6 people. Anybody who's gone to a gym recently and signed up for a gym, that's like 2 months for one person. So it's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. So it's a really nice place, and it's about a mile from here. I have a gym here in the apartment complex. Oh my God, Jesus, that I need to go look at and see. I've been in there once, but I just kind of assumed I was too heavy for everything. I need to go back and look, because anything like an elliptical where you stand on something that isn't supported by like steel, I would snap. But something with like a chair I could sit on or something along those lines, that is an option. So like a bench, I can sit on a bench and do bench press. Those type of things I can do because those are designed. I mean, it's solid steel for the most part. It's designed to take some oomph. So I want to go look at that and see what's there. But right now we're going to do 2 or 3 days a week of weight training. That seems to be a good happy medium. My knee is still really being a son of a bitch to me, but it's also because the gym, you literally park, the closest you can get is about not half a mile, about a quarter mile from the door. So you got to walk a quarter mile to the door, and then you got to walk like 150 yards because the gym is at the far side of the building. So like you get there, you walk a quarter mile to the front door in the heat, and then you got to walk 200 yards to the staircase, and then you can either take the stairs, and these are like, they're pretty tough stairs, or you can take the elevator. I'm taking the elevator right now. We'll work our way up to the stairs, but like just getting to the gym, like just walking to the gym, I've like gotten my half mile in, and I'm already like, thankfully it's indoors. So anyways, we did bench, and then Jay's worried about hurting my back and hurting other things. So we're not going to be doing squats for a while, at least until I get down in shape. But we did some, I don't know, basically where you like pull up this way, and your arms are extended, and then you pull straight up into like your forehead type deal, and it works. I don't know, JJ knows this shit. So, either way, those were the 2 exercises we did, and we're doing what they call progressive overload, I think is what he says. So basically you do 5 sets of 5 reps. And then if on the 5th set of 5 reps, you can do a 6th or a 7th, then you go up 5 or 10 pounds. I think it's 5 pounds. And then the next time you do that. And then if you get to do 6 or 7 on the last set again, then you go up again, and you progressively go up until you, till either you fail or you hit your, you can't go up anymore. And then there's like a deload stuff, and there's a bunch of other shit to it that I don't quite understand yet. But those of you who know weightlifting and stuff are going to understand what we're talking about. So that's going to be the main focus. I'm going to go with Jay and Dad. And then as my body will let me, I will do cardio throughout the rest of the week. I've just, like I said, I got to be careful with my knees, because at my size, it, really just doesn't take much to blow something out. So, focusing on the diet, focusing on that workout. And I think 3 days a week weight training is probably pretty good for me for right now. I would like to get walking and bike riding in as soon as I can afford the bike, as soon as I can swing it. I'm gonna buy it. We found one for Kat that I think's $350, maybe it was $400. So as soon as I get an extra $800, we'll get those, get some helmets, and then we're gonna go biking. So that'll be a lot of fun. But we got to see how the finances go, because we just had to spend $5,000 on Kat's immigration renewal, and then we had I think my out of pocket for I hit the max out of pocket for my insurance, which was $2,800, which I thought back in the day was like for a family. No, not anymore. It's for an individual. So like me and Kat are both in the same insurance. So I hit my $2,800. She hasn't hit hers yet. So yay. And what really sucks is even on my $2,800, I still have to pay 20% of what they go until I hit $6,000. And then I'm off the hook. And then they'll pay for everything. I'm like, fuck me. And that's the best program my work offers. Fucking, insurance is a scam, man. I'm telling you what. But you fucking need it. You can't. $74,000 if I didn't have it. Ooh, that would have sucked a big old dick. Just let me die. Just roll me in the corner and throw some dirt on me. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. So, I looked at the comments. I don't think anybody went through the guessing on the weight thing. So, let's talk about weight. Whew. So we bought a new scale yesterday. My brother didn't want me to get a scale because the problem with scales is they're not always accurate and your body fluctuates. So when you wake up in the morning after you've been fasting and after you've gone to the bathroom and everything, you're at pretty much your lowest weight. And then when you as you eat, drink, and retain water throughout the day, you gain weight. And then, towards the afternoon / evening after you've eaten and continue to consume liquids and other things, you're at your highest weight. So usually your actual weight is somewhere in the middle between that. And you can fluctuate, the average person can usually fluctuate 4 to 6 pounds. The bigger you are, the bigger that fluctuation. I found out yesterday my fluctuation is around 12 to 15 pounds, which is insane. That is go next time you're at the store, take 12 or 15 pounds of ground meat and set it to the side and then look at it. And that's what I fluctuate in a day. So, the good news is I know what my weight is now. The bad news is my weight is not where I was hoping it was. And I must have been a lot heavier than I thought. So when I was in the hospital, they tried to weigh me. I maxed the scale out. They brought in their bariatric scale, which capped out at 500. I maxed that out. So which is horrifying to me. So I don't know where I was back in April. I could have been anywhere from 550 to 560 is that's what I'm thinking. It just depends. And some of that, the reason I'm basing that on is when I got out, I did a month of hardcore Atkins, which if you are obese, you drop a significant amount of weight if you can do that. And I did drop a significant amount of weight. I went from and I'm not 100% sure on this. I'm pretty sure we measured myself for the swim trunks for the thing, and we pulled an 82. And then now that's an 82 waist. And now we're at like 72, I think, which is insane because when I was in high school, I was a 32 waist. So I've literally doubled my waist, which is crazy. But I know I've lost about 4 inches off of my waist. I just don't know if I've actually lost the full 10 because she can't remember and I am not 100% sure. So I do know that when I used to get out of the car, when I would turn left, that I would, the tummy would hit the horn and could set the horn off. So with now I can get in and out of the car with clearance and it's no problem. So, and that's easily 4 or 5 inches. So I'm not sure. So where were we in April? Who knows? Somewhere, like I said, between 525 to 560. And I'm basing that on the fact that the last time I did this, I averaged losing about 14 pounds a month and I wasn't doing Atkins. So 14 pounds a month for 3 months puts you at about 42 pounds, right? Yes. Because 15 would be 45. So 42. So yeah, about 42 pounds roughly is where I should be down. So yesterday, my top end was 5046. That's 504 pounds, 504.6 pounds. This morning, when I woke up and, in my glorious, hideous nakedness, took the scale, I was at 494. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's about 10 and a half pounds right there fluctuating. So, or maybe, yeah, it was 494. Yeah. I need to write that down so I don't forget it. Yeah. So it was about 10-pound difference between wearing clothes and full water weight and not. So the good news is I'm under 500. That's an accomplishment. That's something. That's not where I was when I went to the hospital. It's an improvement. I'm over 500 still, unfortunately, when, full of food and water and stuff. But I'm taking the win. So the next big goal is to get under 300. So that's 94 pounds away. So, like I said, we're going to be gradually increasing the exercise. Right now we're going to be doing 3 days a week weightlifting. I know I wanted to do 21 miles, but that's going to have to push off a little bit until I get there. It's so frustrating too, because you want to do it, but you don't realize how incapable you are. And that's kind of the sad thing about being obese is, once you get to a certain point, things just sneak up on you. Just like one day you just can't tie your shoes anymore. One day you just can't. It's like, where'd my toes go? It's just like, holy shit. And that's not something that, you witness happening. It's gone one day, and you lose your flexibility. You lose. It's awful. And then once you lose that, then you get depressed, which then feeds the whole monster in the cycle. So we're done with that shit. Like I said, goal is the bikes. That's our next big purchase as soon as we can swing it. So once we get a spare $800, win the lottery, we'll snag those. I might be able to swing it for my birthday because the parents and everybody might pitch in. And then we've got a little bit of extra money coming in from the a very small tax refund. So we might be able to swing it. So if we can get that, then we're going to start, I'll start doing some vlogs out and about. I found a bike rack for the Prius that I can put on. So we'll just start hitting some trails up and, kind of seeing what there is to see. We have a bunch of trails near my house, not near, but like within 2 miles, not something that I can ride to, but something that I can go to with the Prius, pop the bike off, ride around, put the bike back on, come home. So that'll be my goal on like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. and then I'll probably just for now take my weekends off just to recover. It also depends on how bad the weightlifting tolls on me. Right now we haven't quite found my max yet, and you have to be very careful when you first start because number one, you don't want to hurt yourself. Number two, back in high school when I tried out for the football team and I went out to work out with them, and I was bigger than ever, like not fat, but I was taller than everybody else on the team. And they had like a center who they thought was badass. And I had worn the same shoes, not because we were poor, but just because I enjoyed these shoes and they were comfy. But the entire bottom of the shoes were flat. Like I'd worn them for so long. I think I'd had them for 6 years. I'd worn them for so long that the rubber on the bottom was gone. It didn't exist anymore. It had been rubbed clean. So not only that, but when you're on grass and you're, hitting somebody, you need, cleats and something for traction, because otherwise somebody who has cleats, they're just going to knock you over. Well, this guy had cleats, I had shitty shoes, and I knocked him on his ass, and it was their big guy. So they were in love with me and wanted me to be the football dude, but the team was awful. Like we got 45'd regularly. For those of you guys who maybe didn't go to a private Christian school, when you get 45'd, that means the enemy team got to 45 points ahead of you by halftime, and they called the game early out of sympathy. That's called getting 45'd, and our team got 45'd pretty much every weekend. It was awful. But the reason I didn't stay with it was there was a guy on there. I still remember his name. I'm not going to throw him under the bus because maybe he didn't grow up to be an asshole. But he was, I have stories about this guy. He was younger than me, but he always, for some reason, tried to take me out, and he always got hurt doing it. Like, not that I specifically hurt him, but like, somebody remind me to tell you guys the story once of Brian from high school. Remind me, and we'll go into that on a live stream or something one of these days. But he was an idiot, and he would frequently try to hurt me and then end up hurting himself. But in football, he knew his shit. I didn't, and he hurt me. We did a hit, like we were doing hits, and he did a head down hit on me that compressed my neck, and I had a bad back, and it sent a shockwave all the way down my spine, and I couldn't move. And the football team sucked. I didn't really want to play football anyway. It was just my classmates wanted to get me into it, and like this shithead hurt me, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm not going to play for you guys. I don't want it that bad. If you guys want to play and be a team, I'm down. But if every time we play, this cocksucker is going to try and hurt me, fuck you, I'm done. So they didn't like that too much. But anyways, I went through that whole story to tell you that we went to the gym with them the first week during 2-a-days, and there was a guy there named Casey who was a friend of mine. But the problem with Casey was he was hyper competitive, ultra hyper competitive. If you've ever watched Lord of the Rings, and do you remember that scene where the orc got stabbed and then the orc grabbed the dude and pulled himself, impaling himself more on the sword? That was Casey on a chill day. I mean, he was just that hardcore, that he was always ready to go right here, right now. So me and him, of course, got into a bench press contest, and neither of us had ever worked out before. And so our first day, we're lifting 115 and then like 120 and then like 150. And I think we got up to about 150-ish before we couldn't physically move the bar anymore. And I don't remember all the weight, so I may be exaggerating a little bit, but I was pretty decent shape back in high school. The point was, by the time we got out of there, my arms were so weak and so tired. I had a stick shift back then. I drove a 1987 MR2, which was a fun as hell car. I couldn't shift. The following day, I couldn't move my arms. Like we could do this, and that was about it. So like we were like moving around like this all day because we couldn't extend our arms because they were so full of lactic acid that we couldn't extend them at all, period. And we had this girl I dated named Angela, who walked around, and in between class she would give us titty twisters, and we couldn't stop her. It was horrible. Like, we both went home and like our whole boobs were just bright purple because this evil bitch was twisting them. So anyways, we didn't want to do that yesterday. So we started out. The JJ was like, well, let's just start with the bar, and I'm here in this gym. There's a bunch of other people here. I'm already self-conscious, and I'm like, fuck you, I ain't starting with the bar, man. He's like, all right, fine, we'll put 25 pounds on. So we did, I think it's 95, because bar's 45 plus 25, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, yeah, 90, 95. I think it's 95. Yeah, because it's 50 pounds plus 45, 95 pounds. Yes. I can maths. So that's what I did, 95, and I did 5 sets of 5. And on the last one, I got, a big head because I'm a competitive dick, and I did 7. So Jay's like, all right, fine, we'll take it up. So on Thursday, tomorrow, we'll crank it up and we'll see where we are. I think we're going to add like an extra 5 or 10 pounds. The problem is the place doesn't have weights in 5 increments or 10 increments. I think like maybe there was an issue with it that we would have to double. So instead of going up by 5 pounds, we'd have to go up by 10 pounds, and you're not supposed to do that for whatever reason. So he said we'll just increase reps instead, and then if with the increased reps, if I'm still doing extras, then the following week we'll jump up or something like that. So anytime we get into a spot where I can't add the weight, we'll just increase reps, and then if I can still do it, then we'll jump it up the next week. So, and then with the curl setup, I was doing, I think it was 25 pound. It was either 25 or 45. I'm not sure. I'll have to. The bar, or what do you call it? The weight itself said 25, but I think there was a weight above it. So I'm not sure what the actual cumulative total on that was. And I was more listening to JJ than paying attention to the machine and trying to make sure my form was right and my back wasn't bent, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not sure what it is. I'll get that number for you next time, so that you guys know. But, yeah, things went well. I didn't hate it. I wouldn't say I necessarily enjoyed it, but there was a certain competitive nature that I did like, and the fact that after you've done 5 sets of 5, you have to do one more. I did kind of enjoy that. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes, and this is really important to my brother too, because one, he really likes weightlifting, and so for him, he's been trying to get me into this shit for 3 years now. So if I get into this shit, it'll make him very happy. And then the fact, he also gets to help, and which I really appreciate, because the amount of misinformation in the health industry, and like, just if you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to figure it all out, there's so much misinformation and cross information, like this diet or that diet or this way or that way. It's people make it so complicated, and it's really fucking simple. Calories. That's it. That's literally it. Calories. Nothing else matters. Everything else makes it easier, but calories is all that matters. You literally can eat whatever you want as long as you're in your calorie limit, and you're fine. That's it. That's all there is to it. Now, there are diets that have other benefits and perks. Like if you're on keto, you're not going to be as hungry as you are if you're eating carbs. And, if you're running 50 miles a day, obviously you're going to be burning a shit ton of calories and you can eat more. But the gist of it is just eat less. That's it. It's simple. I don't know why they make it so complicated. So forget the fad diets, forget, the weird, crazy, I don't cook anything that's not natural, and I don't cook it because it's raw and has all them extra nutrients. Just eat less. Just eat less and move. That's all you got to do. So, there's your update. I think we covered everything. Next update video will probably be Thursday or Friday. Depends on what we've got going on. yeah, and then I've got some gaming stuff that may be coming down the pipe in the next couple weeks. We're looking at possibly, well, I'll make another video about that because I want to keep the stuff separate because there's people here that don't give a shit about video gaming. So we'll cover that later. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate the support. You guys have been great. If you want to help out, eat the like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really do appreciate it. Leave some comments in the comment section if you got questions. You want to leave, ask something, get my opinion on something. Feel free to leave it down there. Whew, it's been a week. So here's hoping we're going to continue to make progress, and I won't be weighing myself except for once a week, so that way I can keep myself from being insane. So your next weight update will be probably next Wednesday, and then we'll see where we are then. So thanks for watching. You have a great afternoon. Enjoy your week, and catch you guys in the next clip.